We are going to move on to a segment called Word of the Day. Normally, this segment would be one of us would give each other a word that probably nobody's ever heard of that means something crazy or funny. But today, because it's Seinfeld, we are going to talk about some of the greatest things that Seinfeld gave us, and that's the vernacular. Seinfeld had so many different phrases, Brandon. I'm sure you remember. What is there? Are there any phrases right now that just pop into your head as I said as I'm saying this?
I I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna forget a bunch. There's big ones. No soup for you.
Well, I'm sure you're going to forget, but I just wanted to know, like, because I don't know them all either, but I just wanted to know what ones. One of the big ones that I always remember that I love and that I still say to myself sometimes when I feel like get myself worked up. Serenity now.
Yeah. Serenity now. Insanity later.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked I was in the pool. That's a great one.
Yep. Shrinkage, the shrinkage
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the pool. Yeah. I wanna say there was one that the Jackie, the lawyer, I wanna say there was a line that he had there, that he would say. You know what I'm talking about or no?
He probably has something, but I can't come up with it right now. The funny thing is
Yeah,
a
I'm
couple of days ago I was thinking about him, not just randomly, but because we were preparing for this episode. And this whole time, up until 2 days ago, I thought his last name was Childs with a D at the end, Childs, and then I realized it was Childs, as in Chiles, and I was like, I guess I fucked that up all these years. I always thought it was Childs, but yeah. So let's talk about some of the vernacular. Great word, by the way. I love the word vernacular. So if I keep saying it, that's why. Here's one that I like: anti-dentite, and that's what Kramer calls Jerry because Jerry is
yeah.
talking bad. Who plays the dentist? Brandon?
Bryan Cranston?
Yes, he does. One of the great
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston. So all you Breaking Bad fans out there, or maybe there's some Malcolm in the Middle fans, Bryan Cranston really kind of, I mean, he had other stuff going on, but he really kind of broke out as Tim Watley on Seinfeld, and he was a pretty good character in himself. I almost had him in my top 5 characters. But he's Tim Watley in this episode where they mention the anti-dentite converts to Judaism and then starts telling Jerry a bunch of Jewish jokes, and Jerry thinks that the only reason why he converted was to say Jewish jokes. And so Jerry starts doing all these dentist jokes, right? Like, what do you call a doctor who can't get into medical school? A dentist, things like that, those kind of jokes. And then he tells that to Kramer, and Kramer's like, you know what you are? You're an anti-dentite. And it's a really good line. Do you remember that
Yeah, I do.
episode?
That
Okay.
was, yeah, and obviously that's a play on the anti-Semite,
Right.
like yeah, and and yeah,
Which played well into the
Bryan
episode,
Cranston was,
right? Because he
yeah,
was converting to
of the
Judaism
Jewish,
for the
yeah,
joke. So it was kind of,
but he had both of them because he had like he grew up. What did he like? Grow up Catholic or something like
yeah, so
that.
he was
So
doing both.
he
Yeah.
he was able to do all the jokes, yeah, and that didn't offend Jerry because he was Jewish. It offended him because he was a comedian. I
Right,
remember that
right.
was a funny
Yeah,
part.
because he
Yeah,
goes to talk to, I think he's in like one of those confession booths, right? At a church.
yeah, and they're like, yeah, and they
Yeah.
go, and this offends you because you're Jewish, and he's like, no, it offends me because I'm a comedian.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's a great one.